Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX, where we cover the real news that matter to we the people. Comey's cyber spy in White House stole classified White House material, is now working for CNN. The Gateway Pundit reports that yesterday a report was released that corrupt and fired former FBI Director James Comey had a spy in the Trump White House. We know he stole information and shared it with Comey. The question is, did he try to frame the president as well? I actually did report on this yesterday, but the audio was jacked up, so I end up just deleting it. I don't like redoing stuff once I do it because it doesn't come off. It comes off as inauthentic when I try to redo it. But the report goes on to say that as of yesterday, we now know that the corrupt former FBI Director James Comey had an agent inside the White House reporting back to the FBI about Trump and his aides. It's clear that Comey spy Anthony Ferrante was feeding information that he stole back to Comey. That is what spies do. But what is not yet clear is whether Ferrante, who now works for CNN, attempted to frame the president as well from within the White House. And I like to add, he also worked for BuzzFeed after he left the White House, and where he went in and investigated the dossier and tried to authenticate the dossier. But in March in 2019, CNN reported that their cyber expert, Anthony Ferrante, was used by BuzzFeed as an expert in the lawsuit against them by Alexia Gubarov. Gubarov denied the allegations, and BuzzFeed used Ferrante as an expert in their defense. If corrupt Comey and his spy Ferrante tried to frame the president, it wouldn't be the first time that Obama-Comey deep state gang was accused of attempting to frame President Trump through a cybercrime. They reported a month ago, they meaning the Gateway Pundit, that the recent firing of top Italian spies were related to Obama and a plot to set up the candidate and then President Trump. Obama's deep state reportedly tried to frame President Trump by inserting Hillary emails on a related party's server. Wow, I didn't even know this. Italian Prime Minister Conte asked for the resignation of 4 top intelligence officials after his call with President Trump. It was next reported that the recent removal of these top Italian intelligence ministers from their positions as top spies in the government. The story begins on January 2017 when Computer World wrote about alleged crimes committed by Italian Giuliano Ocasio. I'm chopping up his name. The Tuesday, I'm going to call him G.O. The Tuesday arrest of G.O. and his sister, Francesca Maria, was brought to light what appears to be the biggest and highest profile hacking of institution corporate accounts ever reported in Italy. The siblings have been planting the Pyramid Eye remote access Trojan on computers using a spear phishing technique over several years, according to the arrest order. They attacked at least 18,000 high-profile targets, including former Prime Minister Matteo Renzi and Mario Monti, president of European Central Bank Mario Draghi, as well as employees and heads of various ministries, including Internal Affairs, Treasury, Finance, and Education. But G.O. claimed that he and his sister, Francesca Maria, were set up. A piece reported by Federico Ponzi, writing in the Atlantico, noted their denials and more. O complained to the prosecutor of the Republic of Paraguay and wrote to the United States Congress and FBI. In fact, there are a number of contradictions and suspicious circumstances in the case. G.O. provided the letter that he claims he sent to U.S. Congress and the FBI. OG claims, and it's reported that members of the Italian intelligence were approached by Hillary Clinton, the Obama administration, and the deep state in order to frame Trump by planting evidence on American servers to force Trump to step down from office. In other words, members of Italian intelligence found a target in GO, a Republican sympathizer who had two servers for his company, Westland Securities, located in America. One was in Washington State and the other was in West Virginia. The plan was for Italian intelligence to hack into these servers, plant classified emails from Hillary's servers inside these servers on American soil, and then alert the FBI. The FBI would then raid these locations and, quote, discover these emails, investigate the link to these servers to Trump, and then force Trump to resign. GO believes that Obama and the former leader of Italy, Matteo Renzi, worked together on this plan, and he provides reports of their meetings in Italy before the 2016 election in early 2017. Wow, this is a bombshell. So they actually attempted to plant false evidence on Trump's computers. So maybe that's why they had that cyber guy working over there in the White House. So because once they planted that information, they could have went in and questioned the cyber guy that works for that they implanted in the Trump administration to try to set him up. But the article goes on to say why Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi is dining with Obama. Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi is joining Barack Obama for the last formal dinner of his presidency. Why? Barack Obama arrives in Milan for climate speech meeting with former Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. Former President Barack Obama touched down in Milan, Italy on Monday, kick off a 2-day trip in which he will meet with former Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi and also discuss climate change at a conference. It's also suspected that former FBI agent Bill Prestat may have identified connections with Italy, which are redacted in his testimony to Congress. And you don't really hear much about the Prestat testimony and all that information that was redacted. So we wonder what really that conversation was about. And Jim Jordan, who was asking questions about that in his test, was asking him questions. I believe know the whole situation and the whole background on that. But because it's classified, Jim Jordan can't really come out and talk about it. But back to the article. Numerous individuals in Italy are suspected of having knowledge of an attempt by former President Obama to utilize the Italian intel network to set up President Trump. President Trump, which would be leading to his removal from office. It's highly probable that former President Obama and his deep state FBI work with foreign countries like Italy to assist in the removal of President Trump from office. They would no doubt attempt to do the same from within the White House. Fortunately for President Trump, Obama's coup failed, even with the assistance of Italia's corrupt Comey and his corrupt cyber spy Ferrante. This article basically showing that it was a lot of tentacles, a lot of things going on in this whole Trump Russia collusion thing and the whole setup. They did a whole lot to try to set President Trump up, and they still haven't taken him down yet. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Until next time. We live in a really nightmare. We live in a really nightmare.